It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Seahawks, next on Madden Football.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, who burst onto the scene back in 2016 as the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, and now in his 7th NFL campaign.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season to start.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Prescott. This is caught. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. First down, and they go back to Harris. Oh, able to avoid him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Prescott now.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Prescott. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
After the sack on first down, Prescott over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Max Crosby gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State product, who's now in his 11th NFL season.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
They go play action. Cousins. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Cousins from the gun on third. Over the middle, complete. It's Lewis. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Cousins. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Cousins now. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Throwing, Cousins. And he fires one, but incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back at him. They get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 29, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Cousins. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Patrick Ricard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run the draw with Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Mostert will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Prescott. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Caught by Jones. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We begin with a battle in the American Southwest. The LA Chargers making the short flight down to take on Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Cordero Patterson, a touchdown catch. From there, we fly over the Central Valley and up to Santa Clara to check on the Niners at home at Levi's Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Teddy Bridgewater has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And you can see there, it's the visiting L.A. Rams who have the lead in that one. A touchdown pass there for Davis Mills. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, They, too, have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. A first down throw for Cousins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They hand it off to Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Now Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Prescott. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. From the 41, Prescott. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On 2nd down, this is Harris. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Harris. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. That is caught at the 7.
And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Intercepted by the Raiders. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. Again, it's 13 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
To throw, Cousins. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Cousins a handoff. This is Pirine, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cousins. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Cousins gives this to Pirine.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now Mostert. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
Down right around the 25. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Pirine, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Just a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that'll give them a first. Here's Mostert, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
2nd down, here's Mostert again.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 2nd and 11. This is Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. Now, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Las Vegas,
they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to LA to take on the Rams.